Sonji, what's the latest?
Stephen Laurel, just a few miles up Patty Canyon, the Missoula County Sheriff's Department and rescue crews are looking for 78-year-old Michael Kreisenberg. As you can see, the flood is getting worse, and residents are taking extra precautions by sandbagging their homes. Now, they say this is not the first time this has happened, but they are concerned. That's right, Stephen Laurel. Just last week, I told you Missoula's homeless shelter said they capped because there were too many people staying there. Things are not going good for residents here at the Skyview Trailer Homes. I was here a few months ago when residents first received their eviction letters. Now they're out of options and don't have a place to stay. For the past week, students have spent countless hours transforming this gym into a logging town, all to celebrate the logging industry in Montana. These videos, pictures, and memes can be seen all over the world. That's one reason why police look at social media in cases like harassment and assault. Officials say in total 90 intersections in Missoula will be upgraded, making that 350 ramps. And for the next 3.5 weeks, while reading The Wild Robot, students will learn lifelong lessons that they can use both inside and outside of the classroom. Being an entrepreneur can start earlier than you think.
Net profit, inventory.
And that's true for these kids at Garden City Montessori, as they are learning how to run a business.
Just very fun to be part of a business and do all the team building, and then you hardly even realize that you're actually doing all the measurements and all adding and taking away the fees and stuff like that.
But this business goes towards a good cause. It all started last year when teacher's assistant Allison Chapman created an educational program using the online business eBay for grades 1 through 4. She says the program incorporates everything students have learned in school so far.
They're learning community, they're learning customer service, they're learning geography every time they sell an item.
Students are given a product, they analyze it, they take pictures of it, and then post it online for customers to buy, as someone would normally do when selling on eBay. By selling books, purses, and even t-shirts, the kids raised close to $1,000, and that money is going towards local charities.
We have focused on Animals and Missoula Aging Services so far.
This program's designed to teach students lifelong skills, placing them ahead of many their age.
It'll be amazing 20 years from now to see where they are and what they took with them.
So far, most customers have come from California and Pennsylvania. And for these students, it's lessons learned in this classroom that may boost their net worth when they hit the marketplace. Reporting in Missoula, Sonji Milburn. Stephen Laurel, sex trafficking is a multi-million-dollar industry that targets women. That's why the Missoula Task Force hosted a conference to get the community involved so they can be aware and prevent it from happening. This is I-90. It stretches across the country and right through Montana, giving free access to sex traffickers.
Yes, it could happen to me.
The problem hits close to home for 24-year-old Janelle McDonald.
It is a very big problem on my reservation.
But it can happen anywhere, from McDonald's hometown to other towns in Montana and big cities out of state. That's why the Missoula Task Force hosted a sex trafficking awareness conference.
We wanted to bring awareness to the community to assist law enforcement in our efforts to combat this crime. We've been educating law enforcement for about 5 years now. I've trained about 2,000 law enforcement officers on the indicators and sex trafficking investigations, and we just want to bring the community aspect into it.
Officials tell us you can never learn too much information, especially about a crime most would never even notice. Sex trafficking is a multi-million-dollar industry. Most victims are women, but it also impacts men.
People prey on the most vulnerable in our society. That has always been a concern of mine since I've lived in Missoula.
And that's why organizers say this training is critical to get other communities active in their push against sex trafficking.
Today there are task forces also in Billings. There's one, they're trying to get one going in Bozeman, one in Great Falls, and one in Kalispell.
As for Janelle, she says she'll continue to speak out to help protect people who cannot protect themselves. The event will last until 8 p.m. tonight at the University Center Theater. For more information on how to get involved on the Missoula Task Force, head over to NBCMontana.com. Reporting in the newsroom, Sonji Milburn, NBC Montana. Yes, Stephen Laurel, with a former ambassador to China in town, I took the opportunity to ask his opinion on proposed import tariffs on steel and aluminum. Steel and aluminum moved to the top of discussions around the world Thursday when President Trump said that he would impose tariffs on imports. The president said the import taxes are a response to the commodity dumping in the United States economy. The metals are essential to our everyday lives. Whether it's an aluminum can of soda or the steel cars we drive, metal is an essential element in manufacturing. For years, former Montana Senator Max Baucus represented United States interests in China. Baucus believes if tariffs are imposed, China will retaliate. And in a trade war with China, Montana farmers and ranchers could be the biggest losers.
Basically because other countries are going to retaliate, and when they retaliate, they're going to retaliate against agricultural products, and we in Montana are an agricultural state.
The U.S. is a major grains producer and exporter. Montana wheat and beef is part of that export.
The answer is not to slap these tariffs on, although we have a little bit already. Rather, it's for all the countries who are worried about this to get together and address this problem of overcapacity. There's just too much steel being produced in the world.
President Trump refused to back away from his tariff proposal. He upped the ante, setting steel tariffs at 25% and aluminum at 10%. The president says Canada and Mexico will not be spared from his plans. Trump is holding out the possibility of exempting the countries if they agree to better terms in a revised North American Free Trade Agreement. Reporting live in the newsroom, Sonji Milburn, NBC Montana.